Here from Acting Classes in Perth. This is episode number 55 of the Acting Classes in Perth Daily Show. The show where I'm here to answer all your acting related questions at 7 p.m. every single day on Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. Now, before we roll the intro, I would love to invite you to one of my free 3-hour acting classes for beginners. It's an in-person class we hold here at Acting Classes in Perth. Now, we have classes for all ages, so don't think you have missed the boat. Be sure to head over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the link in the description of this video to see where and when our next free class is being held. They are a ton of fun and super relaxed, and you are going to have so many laughs, so be sure to join me at one of those soon. Look, I look forward to seeing you there, but before then, I think it's only fair we jump straight into today's episode. So let's roll the intro. Okay, so today's question comes into us from Tyrell, but before we jump into that, if you are watching us right now, please give us a big thumbs up. I would love to know you're out there, or leave a comment or ask a question. If you don't know what to say, just say hello. I always try to get back to everyone as quickly as I can. Now, while you do that, here is today's question that comes into us from Tyrell.
Hi Lauren, Tyrell here. How important is it to have a resume and going for auditions?
Tyrell, thank you, man. That's a great question. Look, it is important to have a CV if you have one. However, it is not the most important thing. And by all means, you can still secure a job and land a character in a role if you don't have a resume, because you're only starting out, especially when you're starting out in local kind of community theatre or local student film, independent film productions. It's not going to be a huge stress. What we're looking for, or what the filmmakers are looking for, is a few other things, right? So most importantly, do you look like what they think the character might look like, right? Now, they'll always be willing to make some changes to that, but it's important that you somewhat appear like the character. If it says it's a really tall person and you're a really short person, well, you're probably not going to get the role. However, the look and the style of the character is one that's important. Now, that doesn't mean how you look as a person. They're not making any judgments on you as a person or as an individual. What they're looking at is, do you embody the character that they would like to have on screen or on stage? The other one, and it's a really important one, is, can you take direction? Do you have the ability of being directed and able to apply that direction? That's what's really important from a casting space, because if you are being auditioned and you're not able to take any direction, any feedback or thoughts that the director or the casting director have thrown to you, and then apply them, well, it might mean that you're struggling to take direction. If, however, it's just because you don't understand the question, please make sure you ask them to clarify, or can you just give me some more information, or can you explain that again? That's so much better, asking, than actually having a moment where you are thinking, what are they asking me? I have no idea. I'll just do something. And you completely are off the page. You'll miss the ball on what they're after. The other thing we need to consider is, are you someone who the filmmaker wants to work with? Now, that's why when you go into that space, you're always going to be polite and be professional. The filmmaker wants to know if you're going to mesh with each other, right? If you have the same style of approach to character or filmmaking or acting. And even if you're just starting out, you might really not know what your approach or style is. That's cool. It's something that the director or the casting director is looking at from their angle, and it's never really going to be discussed with you. But they want to see if you are someone that they'd like to work with. And then on the other side of it, Tyrell, I'm going to say that one of the most important things that you have as an actor that you can leverage in increasing the chances of you getting a role is, what do you bring to the production of value. Now, what I mean by that is, do you have 50,000, a whole bunch of Facebook followers, right? Do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram, a strong following? Do you have a database of people who have been a part of stuff you've done in the past and they're really eager and keen to see what you're up to and follow you? Are you someone who is going to put, bums in seats? Because at the end of the day, it is the film business, and it's really important to know what value on top of the performance side that you bring to the table in going to auditions and also being considered for acting roles in local productions, both theatre, but then also in a filmmaking sense. If you're an actor that brings an audience, you definitely are going to outshine or outdo the actors in there who don't have a following at all. So my advice to you is kind of twofold there, right? Tyrell, I want you to definitely go for auditions and apply all the stuff we're talking about, but it doesn't start there. It starts in building an audience. It starts in having people want to be interested in what it is that you do and why you do it. Why are you unique? Right, Tyrell? And you have an interesting style, a really interesting look, and I think that's really going to work for you. If I was you, I would definitely be putting together a Facebook profile that really accentuates that, and maybe do some fun, interesting characters on your kind of video, maybe daily, weekly, monthly, whatever time you can afford, and start building a following of people who like to watch you. And then when you go to that audition space, you're bringing so much more value. That is important, and it's just a must in this day and age of digital marketing, and especially digital filmmaking as well, and the social platforms that are all kind of coming together with filmmaking as well. Now, Tyrell, I loved your question. Thank you so much. If you liked Tyrell's question, show your support, click the share button and help out your fellow actor. If you are watching us right now on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching us on YouTube, simply click subscribe and then be sure to hit the notifications bell. If you are finally listening to us on iTunes, well, simply click subscribe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not joined me yet at one of my free 3-hour acting classes for beginners, be sure to head over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the links in the description of this video. Do it right now. Check out the dates and all the information on my next free 3-hour acting class for beginners. I would love to see you there. We have so much fun. But for now, I would love to say thank you, and I would love to see you again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. when I answer another awesome question. Until then, I'm Lauren Johnson. This was The Daily Show. Stay safe, and like always, happy acting.